Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. So last week we just mentioned the first verse, and that was we are in Amrutanubhava, chapter 2, Sri Guru Stavana. आता उपाय वनवसंतु जो आज्ञेचा आहे वतंतु अमूर्तची मूर्तू कारुण्याचा. Now he who is the spring season of the efforts in the forest of sadhana, who is the crest jewel of wisdom, who is without any form of his own, yet he is an embodiment of compassion. Who is this? Which who is the spring season of the efforts of the in the forest of sadhana? What is that for whom you are doing the sadhana? By whose grace the sadhana is even possible, the efforts are possible, the destination is brought to your cognition that this is where you have to go. Many people don't even know that, and that is the Guru Maharaj, who is the crest jewel of wisdom. So where is all your sadhana, where is all your knowledge, and where is all your contemplation going to take you to? Take you to that ultimate Guru principle, who is without any form of his own. So Guru is a principle, it is not a person. But this is where we go wrong many times, by holding on to Guru as a person. Guru as a person is required in your life, but his purpose is only one: to make you not get identified with the form. But we are so dependent on someone or something that there also, instead of focusing on the Guru principle, we focus on the Guru form and become attached, become what do you call, feel something is missing if he is not there or she is not there. That should not be the feeling, because in the end, what is Guru trying to teach you, or bring to your cognition, or make you realize that the life that is expressing in him is the life that is expressing in you. The self that is in him is the self in you. The space that is in this house is the space in your house. Why do you feel this is a holy house and that is not a holy house? Because your attention is on something else other than the space. Your attention is on the happenings on the space, in the space, or your attention is on the conditioning of the space. Then all these things start happening. But teacher's attention, Guru Maharaj's attention is to bring your attention, intention is to bring your attention to the indivisible principle, who is without any form of his own, and he knows that he is without any form and yet supporting all the forms. See? Yet he is an embodiment of compassion. Compassion is not possible without any form. For compassion you need a form. For compassion you need duality. For compassion, because compassion has to be shown towards someone, isn't it? but he is formless. So whom will he show? This is the contradiction. That even though he is without any form, yet he has the capacity to show compassion to the seekers, to the devotee, etc. etc. In this Shaiva philosophy, four methods are given for the realization of the truth. They are Anupaya, Shambhavopaya, Shaktopaya, and Anvopaya or Kriya Yoga. So, what is the first one? Anupaya. Upaya means a method. Anupaya means no method. a prefix is added to it. The first method is no method. It is with reference to the absolute existence, therefore nothing can be said about it. It is attributed to the grace of the Guru. When the Guru wants, anything can happen, and there is no logic or practice or meditation or any other form of effort needed. Therefore, the Shaiva Gama concludes that nothing can be said about it. This is the first approach, first way. And there are people who are completely, absolutely surrendered to that. To whom they consider is the expression of the absolute existence. So the student is not, or the devotee is not going to put any efforts in realizing the truth. Then what is he doing? He is completely at the mercy of the Guru Maharaj. If the Guru Maharaj says, jump into the well, he'll jump. He said, drink the poison, he'll drink. Say, go hang yourself, he'll hang. No questions asked. Everything. And in that complete surrender is his salvation. Usually in the Nath Sampradaya, when you go to Akkalkot Maharaj or Gajanan Maharaj or Shirdi Baba or all these, therefore, when you read those the stories, we can make out that some of them are like this. Not everyone, some of them are like that. Usually people come to masters because they want something in return. Very few want realization. So they want a child or they want this. When Guruji, but when a person is completely surrendered, then it's not a question of I want to get married now. Whatever he says, then only it will happen. When the Guru wants anything, anything can happen. So they understand that he is all powerful, that he is the incarnation of that divine, who the student or the disciple or the devotee. And therefore, if it comes out of that person's mouth, it affects them. And they are waiting. And they don't make him say that. Sometimes they try also to make him say, but he is also smart. Why will he say? They'll wait till he says that do this or do that. So someone, in one place, in Shirdi also, Shirdi Baba's Pothi also, I think it comes, or somewhere else I read it, I can't remember where. A person comes and he says, so Baba, now I have to go back, I have got job and I got this, I got that. He says, you can go if you want. I have never stopped you. No, but you tell me that I should go. He says, why should I say you should go? I didn't tell you to come, and I will not tell you to go. See, I did not tell you to come, I will not tell you to go. You do what you please. No, this is how they test. And that not only test, but that is his correct position. He never invited anyone, he never uninviting anyone. And yet, after some time, he says, I think now is the right time, you should leave now. Otherwise, you'll miss your train. And then that fellow goes, or miss your bus. And then he goes. But for us, one thing is going on at that Balu Mama. There, Balu Mama says, this fellow has just lost his child. He came to Balu Mama. He's a saint. He says, please save my child. He closes his eyes. He says, this child cannot be saved. He says, you can do anything. He says, yes, I can do anything, but I cannot interfere. It is for the best of this soul's journey. And that happens. And now the wife wants another baby, another blessing. He says, I'll come one day. He says, so, but he's a sahukar, he's a businessman. He says, oh, he said he's going to come one day, so that will be the day that we'll get the blessing for a child. And he stops everything, tells all his servants and tells his wife. But Balu Mama said, if I come and call out your name, and if you don't come, I will turn back. He says, when you come, when will you come? He says, I don't know. So he is sitting there for 3-4 days, 1 week, 2 weeks. He is waiting. Now he is going to come. He has just said it. He is going to come. He is going to come. He doesn't come. After 2 weeks, he goes to his place. He says, you said you are what happened? He says, you said you will come. He says, yeah, I said I come. So when are you coming? Why should I tell you when I will come? I come? No, because I have to go to the court and I have to get some jobs done. He says, that's your problem. That's not my problem. I will come when it comes intuitively in me to come, then I will come. I will not come because you are calling me. I will not come because you have some jobs. And when I come, if you are not there, I will go back. And then he goes one day, when at night, and the sahukar is waiting outside. And the moment he sees around the corner Balu Mama is coming, he quickly runs inside to call his wife. It's a big house. He comes out, stands outside, calls his name. He doesn't come because he is busy calling his wife, goes back. This is exactly what is happening in our life also. The Paramatma, who is not nowhere else but sitting in our heart, is ever beckoning us to himself. But we are too busy having breakfast, lunch, dinner. We are too busy collecting information from books. We are too busy to make ends meet, to survive. And he is waiting. He says, come, I'm here. Always. So Anupaya. Anupaya is no method where we surrender completely to the Guru Maharaj. If Guru says sit in meditation, we'll sit in meditation. In other words, it is not the physical Guru also, but you understand, unless because you make it into a mechanical exercise of sitting in meditation, instead of that, let the feeling guide you from inside. The inner voice that this is the time to sit. then don't disregard it. When this feeling comes from inside to sit, or the feeling comes from the inner voice says, go in that direction, or go do this, or don't eat now, or follow it. We disregard it. Second one is Shambhavopaya, based on Shiva Tattva. Shambhavopaya, again Upaya and Shambhava. Shambhava is another name for Lord Shiva. And they do there is an exercise where Shambhavi Mudra you must have heard of. Shambhavi Mudra is that mudra of your eyes, back and head and all that straight line, but eyes are half open, where you are aware of the world also and aware of your self also. There is one Mahatma under whom I stayed for 1 month in Gujarat. His name is Maharishi Punitachari ji. Still there at the base of Girnar. We didn't go to him. And he's married, he has got 3 kids. Now the elder son is also on this path of yoga and meditation. And he is always in Shambhavi Mudra. Always. Eyes rolled up. And yet knowing everything that is going on. Not interested only. People are sitting, this, that. He is in his Shambhavi Mudra. Shambhavopaya. Next one is Shaktopaya, based on consciousness or Shakti aspect. So what is Shaktopaya? I think we saw Shaktopaya before also in the introduction. Didn't we? Not in this introduction, in the previous chapter. We saw Shaktipat, not Shaktopaya. Shaktipat we saw. Which is similar only. So what is this Shaktopaya? Where we concentrate, invoke, surrender to the Shakti, the energy. That energy is nothing, or knowledge. And that Shakti, energy, knowledge is nothing but the consciousness. Truth, when it expresses as consciousness. Or truth's potential is the consciousness. The potential of existence. See, when we say I am, how do you know you are? Even right now, you all know you are. You are, isn't it? How do you know you are? Because of the consciousness, because of the mind. That power is the Shakti. That power is the consciousness. That power is the awareness. So by focusing on that, so when we say consciousness, we are only talking about Shakti. Pure consciousness is something different. That is the ultimate. But when we are talking about consciousness at an expression level, expression can only be of Shakti. Expression is never of the absolute. Because absolute cannot be known. Absolute cannot be known. Cannot be known. It can be, abided. It is your essential nature. But it cannot be known as a separate, what do you call, entity or huh? Ah, so Shaktopaya, and then Anvopaya or Kriya Yoga. This is the fourth one. What is that? Or efforts made on the basis. See, slowly, slowly, what is happening? First was no efforts. Shambhavopaya was you were concentrating, putting efforts on the infinite one with form, which is Lord Shiva. Then you come down further, you are focusing on his potentiality of the Shiva, which is called Shakti, and now you are not giving attention to any of those three. You are putting attention on your own efforts, that I have to do it. I have to purify myself, and that is called as Kriya Yoga or Anvopaya, or efforts made on the basis that the individuality is the reality and the individual Anu or Jiva has to struggle to merge itself with the totality. So, what is happening here? This is like a Hatha Yoga also. Hatha Yoga is where you are convinced that the reality, that I have to do something in order to realize. And when it comes to doing, either you do Hatha Yoga, either you do Bhakti, Japa Yoga, either you do Kriya Yoga as given here, or you do Kundalini Yoga. So all these are invoking of energy to push this individuality to merge or recognize itself as the infinite one. So why are we invoking the energy? Why are we doing this Kriya Yoga or Kundalini Yoga? Is it for merging? Because we think we are separate from it. Understand? We think we are separate from the reality, that the individual is separate from the infinite one. In today's class of meditation also, so what is that which is we feel that it is making us separate from the infinite one? The impurity in the mind, impurity within the energy. And what is that impurity? The duality, that the attraction towards the changing, considering changing to be the real, to be permanent, opener. So considering that to be so what is close it. So what is the Kriya Yogi trying to do? He is trying to remove that impurity, and he feels that impurity needs to be removed by his efforts. In the first one, he doesn't care. His attention is not on the impurity. His attention is whatever it is, Guru Maharaj knows, or the Guru principle will guide me from within. See? Whereas in the second one, he says, oh, the Lord knows. In the third one, oh, Shakti will take care. But here, I have to do something. Why? I don't know for what reason I have got separated from the Lord. Maybe it is a phenomena. Maybe this is how it is. But now I need to merge back into Him. This idea that I want to merge back into Him itself is it's not wrong or right. It's one of the ways as given here.
But in Shambhavopaya and Shaktopaya also there is duality. In Shambhavopaya and Shaktopaya.
We'll see. It will tell us. It will explain. There is duality, yes. But then you are completely surrendered at the altar of the Shambhu or at the altar of the Shakti. But here you are not surrendered. You are putting efforts. You are putting efforts. and has to struggle to merge itself with the total reality. So, what do they do in Kriya Yoga? In the traditional Kriya Yoga, they breathe in, they breathe out, and when they are breathing in, breathing out, they circulate the air within their whole body. But before you all that, there are about 10 or 14 different levels. First level, you have to relax your body completely. For that, different exercises are there so that all the joints become supple and you can get into a proper position. All the tightness in the body has to go. Along with that, you have to do the pranayama. The pranayama, initial pranayama is the Nadi Shodhanam, Kapal Bhati, Bhasrika. This is what I was taught. You have to do all that, and then after that, after doing that for some time, then you continue doing that. Now you add one more thing, and what is that? You start breathing in, holding it, and breathing out. Breathing in, holding it, and breathing out. This was initial. Then afterwards, what do? Then, as you become more and more settled at the body level, now you breathe in, put the lock at the Mooladhar, then take that breath, circulate it around your whole central system, and then take it around and then breathe it out. Then and keep doing this. You are this is the way they purify. In Bhagavad, again, the Kriya Yoga is given, but it is completely different. So there are different Kriya Yogas again. But here, let's see what they are giving us. The seeker puts in a lot of effort on the lines of Shambhavopaya or Shaktopaya or Anvopaya. So efforts are put in all the three, except in the first one. On the path of spiritual unfoldment for a long time. How are these efforts? They are like a vana or forest. What is vana? Forest, where once you enter, you find difficult to find a way out. That is a forest. So what are these upayas? The Shambhavopaya, Shaktopaya and Anvopaya. They are like a forest that once you enter into it, you forget the ultimate goal. Then you get focused on the form of the Lord, or you get focused on the Shakti, or you get focused on the efforts, but you forget why you were putting the efforts in the first place. Or along the way, siddhis come and they hijack your attention, and the ultimate goal is missed. One gets lost in the spiritual path because there are so many deeper and subtler aspects. These efforts will bear fruit and find fulfillment only when the spring of the Guru's grace dawns upon them. See, this is what you must have come across or must have experienced yourself also. Thought fixation, phobias. For a common person living around in the world, they got fear of cockroach, fear of this, fear of that, fear of heights, fear of claustrophobia, of closed spaces. Now, once you follow these three paths, because the attention is on the effort. No, attention is on the effort. And as the attention is on the effort, as you are purifying and not surrendering to the divine, and your attention is more on what you are doing, then what will happen? Some truti, some thought, some idea, some fear which is lurking deep within the recesses of your mind, it will come up and it will hijack your attention. You are purifying. Purification leads to, I said it many times, purification is equal to calm mind is equal to not no mind, to focused mind, Single pointed mind. Now that single pointed mind, in its, when it gets, knowingly or unknowingly, it gets focused on some fear, it goes with the same intensity. Goes with the same intensity and loses the plot. This is what happens when people start doing siddhis and having siddhis and all that. Then for them to wean their mind away from the powers and apply it towards the Lord, it takes a lot of effort. If they do it in the beginning itself, it's okay. But if they start practicing siddhis, or then it becomes difficult. Why? They have already molded their mind to go in that particular track again and again and again and again. These efforts will bear fruit and find fulfillment only when the spring of the Guru's grace dawns upon him. But when we are in a satsang, when we are in the presence of a Guru Maharaj, in his company, etc., then sometimes one word by him, because of our love, because of our surrender, because of our whatever the status we have given the Guru Maharaj, or it can be your inner voice, because Guru principle is present everywhere. Out of the blue, suddenly you get unclicked from that fixation and you are able to see how clearly how you were derailed and now you are back onto the track. Isn't it? And this is very simple to observe when you are doing your sadhana. If you are doing japa, sometimes some thought comes in the mind and your mind, instead of mouth is chanting the mantra, but the attention has gone to something else. And sometimes we try to bring our mind back, it doesn't come back. And then suddenly, like that, it drops it and comes back. But how did it come back? I didn't try. When I was trying, it didn't come back. But I stopped trying, it came back. Oh, it must be some other power, by grace of the Guru. These efforts will bear fruit and find fulfillment only when the spring of the Guru's grace dawns upon him. Sadhana is not possible, will not fructify without the grace of the Guru. And take it as the Guru principle. Guru principle is present every time, all the time, inside, outside, everywhere. You have to just click into it. Just like some master has said, that stop trying to realize. Because trying to realize is a presupposition that you are separate from it. Okay, it is like that. What do you do to go to sleep? Do you try to catch sleep, or do you create a condition where you become available to the sleep so that it can swallow you? Tell. The second one is correct, no? Yeah. That you empty your mind and allow the thought of the sleep or the idea of the sleep to swallow your mind completely. Exactly the same way. You don't try to realize sleep. You allow the sleep to take you over. Isn't it? Exactly the same way. You allow the infinite to swallow you. Then what do you have to do? Do we say I have to realize sleep? Do we say I have to realize sleep? No. We make ourselves, prepare ourselves so that we can be swallowed. So prepare yourself, purify yourself, so that you can be swallowed by the reality, which is ever. Sleep is also always present. While giving lecture, you can go to sleep. The same way, while giving lecture, you can realize also. You make yourself available. The seeker must first become qualified by becoming a sadhana chatushtaya sampanna, that is endowed with the fourfold qualification. So, what is sadhana chatushtaya sampanna? That is Vivek, Vairagya, Shatka Sampatti, and Mumukshutvam. We saw these 4 steps in Vivek Chudamani also on the Wednesday, in the Wednesday class when we started. What is Vivek? Discrimination. What is discrimination? It is the capacity to discriminate between the real between the real and the unreal, that is, a firm conviction of the intellect that Brahman alone is real and the phenomenal world is unreal. What will be the consequence of this conviction? What will be the consequence of this conviction? That Brahman alone is real and the phenomenal world, the changing world, is unreal. Nothing matters. Then you will not become serious about any damn thing in this world. If it's happened, it's happened. If it's not happened, it's happened. No guilt, no expectation. Yet everything is taking place. How it is taking place? Not because of your will. Then it is phenomena is there, so it has its own gati. It has its own what do you call?
Purpose and destination.
Phenomenal world has got no purpose. So, and it has got no destination. So if you want to say birth is there, so was that a purpose or was that a destination? But with respect to the birth, death is the destination, isn't it? But if you look at it, both and death are happening everywhere. So where is the purpose and where is the destination? Everywhere. Or nowhere. So phenomenal, we have given importance to the phenomenal world and created some sense out of it, that there is a system going on. Then how you should see this phenomenal world? The way the scriptures are teaching us. What is that? There are 4 yugas, and in these 4 yugas these things are happening. This is how the creation has come about. Because we want to understand that which cannot be understood. Phenomena is that which is existing in its own absence. And you want to understand that. So the scriptures have to give you a story. Call it Sankhya Yoga, call it this yoga or that yoga, and they try to explain it to you. That Ishvara used, impregnated his or desired his Maya should become many, and then she became many, and all that story is given. Because in the end, in the phenomena there can only be a story. Because phenomena itself is a story. Sounds nice, looks nice, but actually not there. So here he says that a firm conviction of the intellect that Brahman alone is real. Again it comes to the same thing. This is discrimination. Discrimination is not what path I should take, which guru I should go, which text I should study. Discrimination is only between the real and the unreal. Everything else does not matter. Once you are clicked into this, and in this also, that Brahman is the reality, it is all pervasive, it is in and through this entire phenomena. Why am I not accessing it right now? If I am one with it, why it is eluding me? Then don't try to get involved in the phenomenal world. You do the same thing for sleep. You do not get involved in the phenomenal world and become available to the sleep. Isn't it? Every day you do that. Try to bring that condition for yourself in waking state. Our today's meditation, what did I talk about? That this thought I expanded today came yesterday. We get involved in the world. For what reason? When does the involvement begin? The moment we wake up. Why do we wake up and get involved? You were there? Remember? Why do we wake up and get involved in the world? Only to get uninvolved. Why do we wake up? Only to sleep. See? Forget about in between. The end game is only to undo everything that you began doing. Isn't it? Why do you start looking, opening your eyes, only to close again, to blink? Why do you breathe in? Only to stop breathing in. Why do you breathe out? Only to stop breathing out. A different take. See? So look at the whole life. That this is all going on, not worthy of your attention. Then what is worthy of attention? The one who knows this phenomena is going on. Answers are all there with you only. Look at it. Don't keep. Yesterday the thought came. We allow the societal thinking to dictate us. That's how it began. And if you are a spiritual seeker or you want to know the truth, you have to click out of this societal thinking. You have to chart your own path fearlessly, unconcerned what the people are going to speak and say and comment on you about. That poison you have to drink. Then alone.
That's not poison, that is Amruta, Swamiji.
No, it is poison. So many people are afraid of other people. Yesterday, now I have to go on next Monday to someone's house. Why? The wife is depressed. Why is she depressed? Because they moved house from one area to another area and none of her friends have called her and said anything. And she's feeling, what type of friends are these that I'm missing my friends, and she's gone into depression. The husband told her, we came with no friends, you made them here, now you in the new area you make friends. They moved because their daughter has got into macrob. See? So it's so easy what you said, that it is Amrita. If it is Amrita, why will people drink and drugs and get into depression and commit suicide in such large numbers in all over the planet? Why? See? So from that angle I am saying that it is a poison. As a seeker, you have to drink the halal. Because people will speak. The world will demand your attention. The world will ridicule you. The world will persecute you. But you have to stay steadfast on your purpose. Then the strength comes. Then the fearlessness comes. That nothing matters. Why this fear comes? Only because you are thinking that the world is important. only because you are thinking the world was there before you came into this world. Wrong conclusion. That's why the fear is there. And therefore we succumb to it. But if you hold on to the ultimate, by the grace of the ultimate, the fear also goes away, and fearlessness in its state, that nothing in this world can touch me. So Brahman alone is real and this phenomenal world is unreal. Keep contemplating on it again and again and again. Next one is Vairagya, dispassion. Dispassion is the spirit of detachment from the enjoyments of fruits of action here and hereafter. We do everything in life only to get something in return. You have come to satsang also for that purpose only. That will give me peace of mind, that it will get to hear some more deep, meaningful words or knowledge, and I'll go away with it, and my day or week will be very, very. That is the fruit you are looking at. And what is spiritual life? The first step in spiritual life, karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Perform karma but without expectation of a result, fruit. So I must go to satsang because my next week will be good. I must perform satsang or take the class. If I don't take, oh my God, then I am not a sannyasi. No, you have to be comfortable completely in every situation. So, is it right to do the satsang? Yes, it is right. But it is not right to expect a result out of a satsang. Here also, initial stages, it's okay. What is that initial stage? To expect a result? That I am going to satsang because I want to remold my mind. I am going to satsang because that 1.5 hours is well spent thinking about some higher thoughts which I am not able to do it myself. I am going to satsang because that much less involvement in the phenomenal world. I am going to satsang because many questions which are unanswered within my mind get resolved. So initially it begins like that. I go to satsang because I get peace of mind. But a point must come in our journey while going to satsang, that you don't go to satsang for these things. That you understand that satsang is continuously going on within you also. You are just the self within. You have appropriated the self as the teacher outside, as the scriptures outside. But if you become available to yourself, continuously the satsang is going on. To that level we must come to. Then, so that is the ultimate Vairagya, that we are, Vairagya is non-dependence on anything in this phenomenal world. Dispassion from everything. And that will bring you back to discrimination, that you are more available to the truth, to the Brahman that is within your core, that is not other than you. Then comes Shatka Sampatti, the 6 qualities, the sixfold spiritual wealth. The 6 ethical perfections are Samadama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha and Samadhan. So what are they? Shama is the peaceful state of the mind when it rests constantly upon contemplation, freed repeatedly from the agitations created by its continuous desire for sense objects. So, what is this condition of the mind? This condition of the mind is it is not enticed by the world, it is not craving for the world. What is the height of this state? This height of the state is when this shama is of the state of the mind, when it reaches its perfection, the shama, even if the senses are open, eyes, ears, nose, everything is open, still the mind is disinterested in going out of the senses to grasp the world. It's disinterested. Bring yourself to that, and this you experience when you are just about to dive into the sleep, or just when you are ready to get up in the morning. The world is available, but you are not ready to open your eyes to take in the world, isn't it? Or you are about to sleep, you hear some bell ringing or the phone ringing, and you are not interested at all. Not interested. Mind does not want to go out and again grasp the phone. Or if the light is on, you realize that the light is on, but you don't want to get up and why? You are completely withdrawn. The mind is completely withdrawn. And not withdrawn artificially, it has surrendered to sleep. See? So it is so content, so much at peace, that it does not want to let go of that peace and contentment by interacting with someone or something. These are the initial stages. Afterwards it does not matter. That is the natural state. But right now we are preparing the mind when we are doing Shatka Sampati. So again, this exercise is not something out of the blue. You are practicing every day. When you are focused on doing something, like sometimes I am doing, get involved in gardening sometimes, and I am doing, mom or some girl, they make the coffee, they say, you want to drink coffee? Yeah. And they make the coffee, it's there. But I'm so involved in weeding or whatever, coffee goes cold. Mind is there, it's not going to the coffee. When you are with the patient, you forget what the day on time, and before you know, it's overtime. See, in a meditation also it happens sometimes. We are so much at peace with ourselves that we don't want to come out, and sometimes the body shakes and suddenly you come out, and then after 10, 20, 30 seconds again you go back in. What came out? The mind woke up. What went back in? The mind went back in. Shama. Then Dhamma is the self-control by steering the organs of knowledge and actions away from their sense objects and placing them in their respective centers of activity, that is, the absorption of rays of perception within their respective sense organs. So what is this? The 5 sense organs of knowledge, seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, and the 5 organs of action, speech, hands, legs, anus and genitals. These with these we interact with the world. Imagine a point, you are practicing it, scriptures are only reflecting and bringing your attention to it, that they are not ready to grasp. So eyes are open, but they don't see anything. Or legs are there, but they don't walk anywhere. They are happy being still. Mouth is there, the ability to speak is there, but mouth is not opening up. Go further. Eyes are open, but they don't want to see. Ears are open, but they don't want to hear. They don't want to interact with the sounds. Exactly the same way. Take the sixth sense also, the mind. Again, go back to the first point what I was explaining, that mind is there, its job is to think. It has got two jobs, manifestation and unmanifestation. So it manifests, that is how we have trained it for so long, but now it is comfortable with unmanifestation. But with understanding. Unmanifestation is sleep also, but now we are allowing it to unmanifest with understanding, and now it has got no interest in interacting with the senses or with the world. Dhamma is at the sensory, at the equipment level. Sama is with the mind. Then next, Uparati is the self-withdrawal, that is a condition of thought waves which are free from the influence of external objects. So what is Uparati? Uparati is complete withdrawal of the mind from the world. Now there is not, oh, I think the thought of these students in the class is not coming in my mind, so I am withdrawing. This is not Uparati. Oh, thoughts of the scriptures are not coming. No, this is not Uparati. Thought of the family is not coming, so I have withdrawn from the family. This is not Uparati. Then what does it say here? Is this self-withdrawal. The withdrawal of the mind from the stimuli is due to the self. Is due to the self.
What is the difference between Shama and Uparati, Swamiji?
बता रहा हूँ. Is the self withdrawal, that is a condition of thought waves. See, in the previous one, in the Shama, the possibility of slip, possibility of losing the plot is still there. You are controlled. See, these things happen when you do pranayam and certain other exercises. So the possibility is there. Now we sat in meditation. In my case, 2 times I came out of meditation, again I went back in. But eventually I came out. Why couldn't I sit for the whole day? Why couldn't I sit for the whole day? Why did I choose to wake up to the world? Why did I? Expectation. Because I heard cars coming. Before they come and disturb, I said I will disturb myself. By choice. But that thought came because that is required to be done. That's why. But then here still there is an expectation that I have to conduct a satsang. Imagine you come to a point where it did not matter. You come, you sit, whether you sit or you don't sit, who cares? More, what am I doing this satsang for? Is it for your entertainment? Or am I doing it for my growth? Am I doing this satsang for giving you knowledge? And myself, I am remaining away from knowledge. I am doing satsang for withdrawing myself into myself, isn't it? Self-withdrawal it is written. No? And then when this point really hits home, then it does not matter. Once Swamiji was there and he was doing, we were in Badrinath. And he said, come on, everyone sit down, let's do meditation. A beautiful morning. All of us sat down, he sat for meditation. After half an hour, unprepared ones start moving. Brahmacharis sat for about 1 hour. After they came out, Swamiji is still in meditation. We saw him once or twice move a little bit, but he didn't open his eyes. 4 hours he was sitting there. He didn't care. Then someone went, Swamiji, we have to take the bus. No response. Once in Shivaratri, in our second year in ashram, Swamiji came, Hanumanji came in the evening. In the evening? No, in the morning. 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock he came. 8, 9 o'clock. He sat. So many people are there. Our bhajans are going on. And in shifts we are breaking the coconuts in the Garbhagriha. Swamiji is sitting there. Say 9 o'clock he started. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 hours he did not move. With so much zing bang going on around, he did not move for 8, 9 hours. Then the message went to Tejamanji. Then Tejamanji, what is he trying to do, or whatever in his mind. Then he sent someone. And we said we will not tell him anything. He is teaching us and he is showing that it can be done. 8, 9 hours he sat there without moving. For us, we can sleep 8, 9 hours without moving. See? So, Uparati is withdrawal from all the stimuli at a deeper level than Shama. Shama is not getting involved in the world because you are enjoying the peace of mind. Uparati is the peace has taken hold of you now. Not you are searching for it, it has taken hold of you. Shama will be like when you are about to go to sleep, you have entered, but anything can disturb and you can come out. Or not choose not to come out. Uparati is when you are in the lap of sleep. Nothing, you are not even aware of anything going on around at that time. Same. Clear? Then Uparati, then so in Shama, the influence of the world is still possible. If it is strong enough, the mind will interact with it. In Uparati, the influence of the world is very minimal. Just like in deep sleep, someone can shake you and nothing happens. But when you've just gone to sleep, someone shakes you, immediately, hey, don't disturb this. Titiksha is the capacity of the mind to cheerfully endure all sorrows and sufferings like heat and cold, pleasure and pain, etc., without grudging, without struggling for redress, and without feeling helpless or lamenting. Titiksha is forbearance. Our job is, it's so hot today, it's going to be 30 degrees in Melbourne. And we start preparing from morning itself what clothes I am going to wear. From last night we started planning. They said it was going to be 30, but what happened this morning? It is still so cold. What is going on? And then it rains. They didn't tell it was going to rain. Continuously complaining. Continuously complaining. Never happy with what is already there. Never happy. Never content with what is. always wanting that which is not there. If heat is there, we want cold. If cold is there, we want heat. If it is dry, we want wet. If it is wet, we want dry. Like those small children. Beta, I have made pizza. Mummy, I wanted dal chawal. Rice and lentils. So next time mummy makes rice and lentil, I want pizza. Small children are like that. They will only ask what is not there. But continuously complaining. Get out of this complaining mode about everything. How the body is getting old, how the knees are hurting, how the head is hurting, how realization is far away, why the cat disturbs in the class every class. Why did I not get my chair or sofa place? Why I have to take lecture every day? Why I have to sit in meditation? Why can't I realize without meditation? Why? Complain. Such a complaint boxes for everything. If the food is there, oh, the salt is less. Oh, again, the spice is too much. It's too hot. It's too cold. Never satisfied with anything. Lose the joy of life in that complaining mode. So, forbearance is accepting. It will be helpful if you do it this way. Accepting everything as prasad of the Lord. Whatever is coming in this moment, what is coming to you is the blessings of the Lord, prasad of the Lord. So what is prasad buddhi? You can look at titiksha as two levels. One is at the individual level, that I am not going to succumb to anything that is coming. A higher way is prasad buddhi. When we go to temple, whatever the temple priest gives you, you take it as prasad. You don't say there is more salt or less sugar or this. Whatever is there, without any comment, you take it as the blessings of the Lord and take it in, isn't it? You buy the prasad. You go to the temple. You give your box of sweets to the priest. He offers it to the Lord. And you get it back. It has a different taste. It has a different taste. Same way, when you eat food at the table every day, you offer it to the Lord. Om Brahmarpanam Brahmavi Brahmagno Brahmanavatam. You sit on the seat of meditation, offer the meditation to the Lord. Offer the world to the Lord. Then whatever comes, take it as prasad. Because something will come. Till you are not absorbed. Till then something will come to your attention. Rather than complain, see it as an opportunity, a doorway to dive deeper into yourself. That is titiksha. So we have to become disturbance proof. Titiksha is for becoming disturbance proof from the phenomenal world. So how are shamadama to be done? Samadama has to be done with titiksha. So control of your mind and control of your senses and organs has to be done because where is the problem? In the mind only, no? Mind is reacting. So when you do it with titiksha, with forbearance, joyfully, and therefore meditation is not a serious affair, it is a joyful interaction with yourself and with whatever is going. With a smile, you do the meditation. I'm going to do meditation. Then Shraddha. This is the fourth aspect. So you do Shamadama, Uparati, Titiksha. These four you do with Shraddha. Shraddha means with faith. This is the connection. Do it with faith. And what is faith? Faith is the healthy attempt at a clear intellectual appreciation of the exact import of the pregnant words of the scriptures, as well as the advice of the preceptor, guru, that is the teacher. So this is from the studying point of view. And when you are on the seat of meditation, this is your disposition to what you are hearing. At this moment, you can be with open eye meditation if you are having this disposition. What is that? A healthy attempt at a clear appreciation of the exact import. What you hear, you can have your own connotation about it. You can have your own interpretation about it. You can have your own take upon it, on what is being heard. Or there can be completely misunderstanding about what is said, because your mind is stuck in something that you have heard before and continuously assessing the new information only in that light. Now, if you are here and you are here as a spiritual seeker, and by default, for some people it can happen, you are continuously being the mother. As a mother, can you spiritually unfold? If you are taking the position of the mother and you are listening to the scriptures, can you unfold? Same problem is with us. We are continuously being the body and we want to spiritually unfold. Not possible. There is a predisposition within us. What is that? That I am an individual, that I am away from the reality. So if you are continuously thinking that way, that I am away from the reality, then you are creating a longer journey, man. So when we come to the scriptures, what are you doing? When you are studying, coming to the satsang, you are in this moment completely available. No roles, no personality, no body, no I am a doctor or I am a student or I am a sannyasi or I am a elderly person. Like a person, when I was taking Sanskrit, if Sanskrit is a language, here I am not scolding you. In Sanskrit I scold. And there this family was there and they were learning Sanskrit. Now 3, 4, 5 years they have been studying Sanskrit, and still they will ask me the question from first year, second year. And sometimes, come on, I used to get frustrated that they are not, because they will not do their homework and come to the class. They will not even refresh the vocabulary and the rules of the Sanskrit before coming to the class. They want to do everything with me. It's not possible. How do we go ahead then? If every time we are only revising. So sometimes it used to come out as irritation. Not because I'm irritated, because I know that person has the potential, but they are not doing it. And that day I scolded. And second time again I scolded. And that person, instead of becoming a student and accepting it, because the intention is not to ridicule them, intention is to bring out the best out of them. That is, we don't have any other job but to bring out the best. But that person took it as a personal, what you call, attack. I am elder to you. I am grown up. We are matured. We should not be spoken to in this manner. You think we are kids? I said, class over. From that day I stopped taking the class. If that is the attitude, then you don't deserve my time and my efforts. See? Same. Bhagwan is also saying that. Whatever he is giving you in your life, if you are going to only complain about it, he's saying, okay, you keep complaining, I will go to someone who's welcoming me, So we have to have Shraddha. Shraddha is having that capacity, complete, intrinsic belief or faith or surrender or acceptance to grasp in a satsang what is being told as it is, with no ifs and buts, with no preconceived data that you have collected in your mind, just what is coming. And words are only the carriers of ideas. So here we are not communicating words to you. Through the words, we create such a big story and we explain, but what is it that we are trying to convey? What do they say? Scriptures are nothing but words.
Truth.
So what are they trying to convey? What is the teacher trying to convey? That you are what you are seeking. Now your attention has to be on that rather than get lost in the words. Oh Swamiji, what was that upaya? Anupaya and Shambhavopaya and what was the other two? I forgot. Can you please repeat it? Lost the plot. Attention has to be on the, if we have got divorced from that, or in any satsang our attention is not coming to that ultimate goal, ultimate substratum, then that particular session you have missed the point. I'm talking from relative standpoint. You can never miss the point because it is always you. But at this moment, here it is being talked about from the seeker's point of view. Scripture as well as the advice of the preceptor. See, yesterday we were in Bhagavad, one person came. Swamiji, it was very nice today. And every time I go to that house, this person comes. First time he came, spoke to me. Otherwise, arrogance, I know more. I go to this Mahatma, I go to that Mahatma. Who cares, man? He came. And something must have touched him. It was very nice. I said, thank you that you understood. I have to do the drama. I am also doing pranayam and doing this and that and everything. I said, don't do pranayam. Because why? Before telling me that he does pranayam, he said he has a stomach ache and he has got this problem and that problem. Eventually it comes to that only. Nobody wants to know the truth. Only problems. And then he says, I am doing pranayam. I said, with all this problem you are doing pranayam, you will die very quickly. He says, why do you say that? I said, how old are you? He says, 70. I said, at age 70 you are doing pranayam. Yes, pranayam can heal everything and everyone. But it has to be done at a particular age. At age 70, if you do, you are churning the system. Pranayam is nothing but churning the system. And whenever you churn, what comes out first? Poison. What do you mean by poison? When we churn the milk, only butter comes out. I said, are you pure like milk? Don't you have any grudges? Don't you have any guilts? Don't you have any expectations? Are you not attached to people and possessions? Do you believe that the world came out of you, or you believe that you came into the world? Yes, Swamiji, all that is true. I said, then poison will only come out. So you do pranayam, you don't have the physical strength to withstand, or the mental strength at this age to withstand the onslaught of all these negativities that will come out, not to trouble, but they will come out to be released. But because you don't have the strength, you will attach to them, and it will become a hell of a life. So he said, "Oh, I said, I have just told you, you do whatever you want with it, with this information." No, I'll stop doing it from now itself. I promise you. I said, don't promise me, promise yourself. See? No, you know. That's why, otherwise, you never told me before, only this time. I said, you never told me that you are suffering from all this before also. You never told me that you are doing pranayam before. No, I just started 6 months ago. But this is another person here. He started doing pranayam at 71, and all unwanted problems started coming in his system. It should not be practiced at a later age, in a later ages. Either have the strength. If you are completely healthy, no disease, nothing, mind is fresh, then if you do it, then it is good, because you know you can handle the effects of it. Continuing, 122. We quickly do this. Samadhan. Samadhan is the state of poise and tranquility, that is the single pointedness of the mind gained as a result of the above 5 practices and constant contemplation upon the Supreme and the Divine. Samadhan means what? Contentment. And contentment cannot come from interaction with the world. Contentment, ultimate contentment, comes only by merging into the divine. That is true. Just like contentment does not come, the mind doesn't get settled when it is in the world. When it goes to sleep, it gets settled, isn't it? It gets satisfied. That's why you feel the bliss. So here the same thing is being told, that the single pointedness of the mind gained as a result of the 5 practices. Okay. So what is the single pointedness of the mind? That you are doing the control of the sense. The mind is not allowed to leak out. Mind, senses are under control. The ability to forbear that happily, without complaint and grudging, etc. Then 4th one was having faith that what all these practices you are doing are for your benefit and will take you to the ultimate. Shraddha. And last one leads, all these 5 lead you to the 6th one. What is that? Contentment. No, I will short step these 5. After Shama, I want to contentment straight away. Not possible. You have to go through the 5. That does not mean that if you create a distance between them, they can happen in one go. It's a state of mind. It's a state of mind. It is not that each one has to be practiced separately. In Hatha Yoga, you will practice it separately. But here, it is a state of mind, that you are ever aware that is my mind involved or uninvolved? Are my senses involved or uninvolved? Am I complaining about everything that the world is throwing at me, or I am just joyfully going through the experiences of the world? And do I have faith not only in the divine, but also that everything that is going on is preparing me for the final merging, isn't it? And then that leads to samadhan. And then the last one, that is the, so these were the shatka sampatti, and the fourth point is the mumukshutva, a burning desire for liberation. Is the urgent and burning desire for liberation, that is to realize the self within, which is the self in all. See the statement, this urgent and burning desire has to be there. It doesn't come for a person who is laid back, हाँ हो जाएगा, it will happen, realization will happen, I'll take my own time, then it will not. It has to be like your fish out of water. And the self within is the same as the self in all. What is that verse in Guru Stotram? Shoshanam bhava sindoscha sampada न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तपः तत्त्वज्ञानात् परं नास्ति तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः मद ब्रह्मा no I'll tell you next class. I'll tell you. I know the whole stotram, but it's not coming to me right now. So what is, where we are trying to, what is this liberation? Liberation is not only in this body, by coming to the self. Liberation will be this self that I have accessed in the samadhi is the self in all. Then it is complete. Then the natural state, natural abidance in that state all the time. That is the ultimate. That is where the mumukshutva will lead to us. Out of all these, what is most important? Out of these 4 steps, what is the most important? Mumukshutva, a burning desire to liberate. Automatically all other steps will fall in place. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Just sit quietly for a minute.